2099. The Earth destroyed. Humanity's last great hope lies on the dark side of the moon, huddled in an abandoned mining colony, sending signals back through time to chronicle mankind's greatest creations and save the planet once and for all. The game's still weird. The storyline more convoluted than ever. The boys still tugging.
You are now listening to Joystick Tuggers.
From inside another mother beat. Alright. That was my what's the guy who does like all the Pixar movie music?
Randy Newman.
Yeah.
Brandy Newman.
Eskimo brother from inside another mother. You've got a friend in me. In my butt, there's a penis of a friend in me.
Penis of a friend?
Penis of a friend who. Penis of a friend who. Penis of a friend who heard your message around. Morgan Freeman looks like the coolest grandpa, honestly. So anyway, now that we're done watching this temporal live stream, transtemporal live stream of the 2016 Oscars, we can finally talk about the video games we've been wanting to talk about.
Oscar? Oh, I thought it was O2, like oxygen cars, like O2 cars.
Oh, it will be O2 cars soon enough.
Oh, sweet.
Once the revolution comes around.
When the revolution comes.
So now we can finally talk about the video games we've always wanted to talk about.
Well,
for the archive.
Well, everyone loves... I mean, the games that we're talking about now, I mean, we always talk about, oh, these are classics, and we're kind of like making a funny, like, it's not really a classic, it's kind of a bad game. No, these are classics.
These are actual... Well, one is a classic, because it was released.
One's an oldie but goodie. The other's a classic.
One is a for sure classic. Bronkie the Brontosaurus, Bronkie the Health Hero. That's a classic.
Is it bad that I didn't know which one you were talking about when you said that?
No, I'm saying that's a for sure classic. The other game, Cornbuster, that is that's like an unreleased classic. It's like, not the opposite. What's like an instant classic that never came out?
Oh.
An instant classic.
Oh, you mean like a good album from Kanye? Because he hasn't released one of those yet. Not a good one.
No, I mean, like, it would be a classic if it was released.
Oh.
It's an instant classic the moment you play it, but it never came out, so it wasn't really a classic.
Oh, like when the Beatles made that unreleased death metal album. That's what you're talking about? Oh, yeah.
The one that got John Lennon killed.
It was way ahead of its time.
Because he said those bad things about the Jesus Christ. We only uncovered... That only was found out years later by the Moon Congress.
Moon Congress commissioned that they dig up his grave, and he was buried with a cassette tape, and on it said, Sick Death Metal Jams with a Z.
Yeah. It was right before the Earth was actually destroyed. It was part of the commission. What they did was they sent the third clone of actor Nicolas Cage, and he was sent to the deep south of America, and he went into the church. This is like church that was in the deep south, and in the leg of one of the pews, he found a small film reel that contained that information.
Right. Nicolas Cage, by the way, their third clone of Nicolas Cage, it's spelled like Nicolas Cage, but the E in Cage is a 3.
Yes.
Way cooler.
Yeah. And before that, it was Nicolas Cage, but the S in Nicolas was a 2.
Right. And Nicolas Cage 1, actually, people don't know this. The I is actually the 1.
Yeah.
Then they run out of things. I mean, they only
It's like a
3.
font thing, so it looks very similar. But yeah,
Right.
a lot of people didn't know that.
Everyone, yeah. Whenever you see Nicolas Cage typed in like Nick Cage in, it's always like in Comic Sans, so the ones in the eyes always look the same. Because I mean, yeah, it's weird.
Most of the movies he's in, that's just kind of like the font choice they go with, which
Comic
makes
Sans.
sense.
Yeah, I prefer Papyrus, but I mean Comic Sans. That's fine for movies.
I mean, yeah, not everything can be chiller. When it comes down to it, not everything can, but that's all right.
I prefer big impact sometimes. Impact bold.
So what we were saying
We're talking about font cast.
before we went into the font cast, the Moon Crew font cast, was we were talking about the games we're going to talk about today.
We are talking about games.
We dug more things into the archive. Now, neither of these really feature any predominant use of good fonts. But I would say both of them are...
I don't know.
Both of them feature dinosaurs.
Corn and Cornbuster does have a pretty good font because it is just a standard looking like Pac-Man C, an O that looks like a sideways eyeball.
Mm-hmm.
Lowercase r. They're like doing the opposite of the band Corn, where like the r is actually lowercase.
Yeah.
But it's as tall as everything else. And then the N has a squat top or first half, and a big second half. It's pretty interesting font.
Yeah, it kind of like it's nestled under the R. But Cornbuster and Bronkie, I would say the one thing they have in common, this is not a theme we picked them out on, but it's the theme I kind of came to as we were digging into the artistry of both games, was that they both feature dinosaurs.
Dinos.
And if dinosaurs used to exist and are now dead, the Earth used to exist and it's now dead.
And are now dead.
So maybe now are now dead people who are listening will listen to this and take heed and save the Earth and maybe learn a thing or two about asthma.
You know why the dinosaurs died, right?
No molten core?
It's a good guess. Because Noah didn't take them on the ark and they all drowned. What a sucker. Because dinosaurs are the coolest animal. Imagine.
Didn't God tell him to take 2 of every animal, though? Did he just pick not to?
Well, dinosaurs aren't animals. Everyone knows this. They're scum. But
The reptilian demon creatures.
that's right. They're the Illuminati. The original Illuminati are
Devil
dinosaurs.
lizard. Oh.
Yeah, exactly. So imagine a world where Noah had taken only dinosaurs. Earth would probably still exist. Also, they couldn't exist now because no molten core.
Earth would probably still exist, but it would have been a much cooler place.
Ayy!
Because everyone was incinerated in the global warming fires.
Of 2016.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, at the end of 2016. Anyway, let's talk about the first game. Oh, if you guys can hear that, we just got some of those
Floating rocks.
Those moon cats and those cave rats are out at having a little scuffle.
Oh boy.
Let's talk about our first game. A little bit of Bronte the Health Hero. Learn about some Asmar. Never has there been a sadder phrase written on a screen than "a taste of Hollywood in Indianapolis."
Whoa, you remember in Hollywood at the Oscars when they played blackjack? Whoa, that guy's from Scotland.
Remember when an old man described this to you?
Whoa, cool. They're drinking beer just like in Hollywood. They drink Sun King in Hollywood. Oh, her middle name is Azar. Maybe she's from Russia.
She looks like she's gonna cry.
Well, I mean, she is getting a full taste of Hollywood. Oh, Brian McKnight, just like in Hollywood. He's there all the time.
He lives there.
Step 1, make a dream come true.
Step 2,
make you fall in love with Hollywood. Step 3, meet me on Rodeo Drive. I don't know the rest of the words to that song.
Now that we've had a proper taste of Hollywood for the evening, it's time to get into the deep issues that are really at the center of the Hollywood conspiracy.
Oh. Now you got my attention.
So you know how when you go to the doctor...
No.
Or, well, we used to... One would have previously had gone to the doctor on Earth.
Oh, yeah, of course.
There was the Toothman. You know, the drill man.
The Tooth Fairy.
No, the
Mr. Driller.
The King Dentine, the
Oh yeah.
Orthodonker.
Yeah, orthodonk.
Dentist. The dentist.
That doesn't make what, like, dent your teeth? Do you get your
Yes.
Do you get your deductible back on those?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, okay.
On the dented teeth. But if he can hide it from you, he wins.
Well, yeah, he puts it on the back of your teeth, you'll never see it.
Yeah. The dentist, when you would go, they would give you something called fluoride. Now, a lot of people at the time, conspiracy theorists, is what they were called at the time. Later, they became the knowers of the true light.
Conspiracy factists.
Yeah. Whatever you would call just people who know the real truth. They thought, oh, this is mind control. Oh, the government puts fluoride in the water? Is that to help people's teeth? Or is it to control our minds? It was actually to get people...
To be fair, the best way to control the best way to a man's brain is through his teeth.
Is through his teeth and with fluoride.
Mm-hmm. It almost landed the first time I said it. The second time it landed.
But the big thing is, we came to find out it didn't actually control people's mind. It controlled their breathing. It gave people asthma. Everyone with asthma got it from that little foamy, foam fluoride they put in the little, teeth shell that you put in your mouth. When you bit down on it, you're like, oh, grape.
Teeth shell.
Or grape tooth shell with foam. That, nasty thing they'd make you...
You know what they call those,
I'm
right?
shivering thinking about it. They'd make you, sit there for, 5 minutes in. That, when they give you that, it's the moment it touches your teeth, it's decided if you will have asthma or not. And the way it does it, it actually analyzes your genes. And if it finds that you're too weak, gives you asthma to kill you.
That's insane. That's insane. You know where
it's not insane to us. We've known it for years.
You know where the WWE got the idea for Hell in a Cell? Gel in a Shell.
Gel in a Shell. Mm-hmm. They went to the dentist. He said, I got a great idea.
Yep, I'm Vince McMahon.
Gel in a Shell match. And they said, that's not going to work. It's not going to work. We don't have any gel wrestlers. He said, not yet, we don't. And then he injected serum into his arm. He turned into a gelatin tentacle man, like the guy in the first or second X-Men movie where he turns into water. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's why Vince McMahon looks like a Jello mold.
Do you know what he went by after that? John Cena.
John Cena?
Yep.
We couldn't see him because he was hidden inside all the Jello molds in our cabinets and fridge.
Because they put him in our water supply.
Yeah, they fed him right back to us. Now he's in all of us. He's one of our many patron saints.
All right.
Lord Cena.
That's why all of us, the whole eternity, hustle, loyalty, respect.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I say to myself every morning I get up. I go, I put my feet on the floor one at a time next to my slippers. I look straight at I have kind of a floor length mirror. I look straight at the floor length mirror. I sleep in the nude.
It's a floor length mirror, so it's entire length of your floor?
No, it's it goes down to the floor.
I was going to say, that'd be really weird, especially if you're wearing a skirt.
But the thing is, I sleep in the nude. So I kind of turn sideways and I'm man spreading. Mm-hmm. And I just look. Don't look at myself in the eyes. Never do that. I look straight down at my crotch.
If you look at yourself in the eyes in the mirror, it takes away part of your soul.
I look straight down at my crotch. And sometimes I've been sleeping, so it's one ball's twisted over the other ball and stuff. And all I think is hustle, loyalty. And then I go...
Yeah, okay.
And then my balls straighten out and I go, respect.
Respect. The only doctor I've ever been to is the doctor of Thugonomics.
Honestly, it's done us really well so far.
Oh. Talked about testicular fortitude. You can just move them with your mind.
So, this is all a long story, a long way of saying that asthma was created by the government. Much like How I Met Your Mother. Much like AIDS. Much like
Wait, that's not fair. You're saying that Age is as bad as How I Met Your Mother?
No, I'm saying they're both created by the government,
Okay.
but How I Met Your Mother is clearly worse.
Okay.
On its overall impact on human society. Because every time someone says him, another person dies.
Oh, wow.
Just they cringe so hard that they explode.
That's the Sixth Sense, is just like absolute cringe factor from that word. Just like twists you inside out.
Yeah. I mean, that's another way that the government... It's another way the government was sort of trying to weed out the weaklings. It was kind of like forced eugenics. Like this would have been a good eugenics. Well, good from their standpoint, but bad from the himium survivors.
Is there a word? Is there like a word? Like, you know, people have like people that are into certain shows like Trekkies and Warsies for Star Wars. Everyone knows the Warsies.
For people that are really into War Z, the film with Brad Pitt.
Well, there's also, those are War Zs.
Oh.
There's also War Zs that are people that are really into sleeping during war times. That's a good one right there.
Great hobby.
Just think about that one. Is there a word for himiums?
It's himims and herims are the male and female followers.
That's what our towels say in our bathroom. Himiums and heriums.
The picture of Neil Patrick Harris's face on it. Just embroidered, just forever smiling at you, trying to sing some show tune.
That's beautiful.
Asthma.
Well, yeah, speaking of him.
So what I was saying is they were all designed to cull the herd. Unfortunately, I do have the gene that makes me prone to spontaneously combusting upon hearing
culling
the term himian referred to non-ironically.
Oh, that's a good thing that will never happen here.
Luckily, all the tapes were destroyed with Earth.
Right. That was shot on exclusively. They distributed the tapes to keep trading the tapes.
It was exclusively shot on VHS tape, which was all melted as, part of the global warming fires. The second great global warming fires of 2018. Now, asthma, it's a serious deal. If it's bad, can't breathe. If you can't breathe, you die.
Well, I mean, if you can't breathe, then how are you supposed to blow like vape clouds?
You can't blow big clouds.
How can you play trumpet?
Play trumpet.
You would die. I mean, who can truly live and not play trumpet?
Who could live in a vapeless, hornless world?
Where's the ska music?
No one. Oh. Where are our internet live streamers who vape? Where are our ska musicians skaing?
Where's our live stream ska bands?
Yeah, so luckily, a game company in the 90s said, we have to hit this head on. We know the government's behind this. We know that they're trying to cull the herd. We're going to uncull it. We're going to preemptively uncull the herd by teaching these children, but basically telling them, honestly, the game tells you in so many words, you're going to die.
Unless...
No, they just said, it straight up says, you're going to die. Now, if you want to stave that off for as long as you can, until one day you screw up, you left your inhaler at home, you're dead. Look, it's going to come. It's going to happen. You're going to mess up. You're human. You're dead. You're already dead. But if you'd like to live another day, carry an inhaler. This is how you do it. And it's got a little brontosaurus. It's got Bronkie. It's got trachea.
Ugh, the name just sounds...
He's a triceratops. Trachea, this triceratops. It's not trachea. Calling someone a trachea sounds like it's like a gender or sexuality based slur. That sounds like a mean thing to call someone.
It sounds mean. I mean, I get, all I think that pops in my head is like...
Who? The trach? Whoa. Whoa, we don't really say that anymore.
Oh, yeah, that's...
Sorry, I meant Oriental.
Sorry, yeah. Sir, can you sit over there? I'm going to call the police. That's... No, you just committed a felony. Whenever I hear the word trachea, all I think of is a tracheotomy, and I think of
That's
somebody...
what I think of, too.
Think of somebody taking a pin, like a writing utensil, and then just like laying somebody down and just shoving it right through their like windpipe so they can breathe again. Every time I hear the word, it just makes my throat just die.
Which, interestingly enough, would not help you if you have asthma.
Nope, unless I put one right into your lungs.
Yeah. So, trachea doesn't really seem to make very many appearances in this game, other than the opening kind of cutscene. But the setup for this...
They're called cinematics. Let's get it right.
The setup for Bronkie, the health hero, is that a long time ago, on the planet of Sansorian...
Yes, that's the one.
For some reason, not Earth.
Well, because dinosaurs are dead on Earth.
Yeah, a meteor hit, causing all the smoke to fly up in the air.
That's it. It's like parallel universe Earth. They actually killed the dinosaurs in the last one.
Yeah.
On regular Earth, but in this one, it just made them all have COPD.
Yeah, causing all of this to go up. Everyone needs CPAP machines to sleep.
They have to sleep on their backs only.
So the civilization of dinosaurs creates a huge wind machine.
Mm-hmm.
In this analogy, that's the inhaler that removes the smoke from the air so they can breathe.
I missed that analogy. Is that what the analogy is?
Well, yes, because the evil Dr. T-Rex guy, Dr. Trex, or Dr. Rex,
Rexo?
he steals... Rexo,
Rocco?
yeah, it was
Roxo?
Rexo.
Rexo's Modern Life?
Rexo steals the wind machine,
Okay.
which would lead to the death of all the dinosaurs. That's the part where the game essentially tells you in not so thickly veiled terms
Right.
that, hey kid, if your wind machine goes bye-bye, you go bye-bye.
This is Big Asthma's propaganda. Everyone, Big Asthma. At it again.
Big asthma. At it again.
They don't know nothing about me. I can breathe just fine without them.
So really all you do in this game, it's a platformer. It's a true classic platformer. Everyone knows it. Mario kind of built upon...
Is it a true classic platform?
Yeah, Mario kind of built upon like what this game set up. And what it set up was you navigate the world. They're like little dinos.
Mm-hmm.
There are little dinos here and there. And you kind of just walk around. And then sometimes you're like, whoa, sig smoke. It's a little cigarette light.
Oh, it's like out of a window, but all you can see is the glowing
cigarette,
ember of, like, it's just like a red dot. It's supposed to be like a glowing ember. It's supposed to be like somebody is standing in pitch black, like their house is just completely lights off, lights out, guerrilla radio, and they're smoking and just like sticking like the
smoking.
That's right. Yeah. They all have green faces, big white teeth, and they are just like blowing the smoke right out the window.
Yeah, and if you step or you hit that or step near it...
Or step in dust. There's also just dust.
Yeah, or dust. Then that increases it makes your asthma even worse. Now, apparently there is a way that you can actually take your inhaler here to, like, restore some of your health, kind of.
Right.
All we were ever able to do was check our peak flow level, which was either high enough that we were
I check mine every day.
High enough that we were good, in the middle, and when it wouldn't let us do anything, or so low that all we could do is call for help. And it'd be like, good job!
And it shows your little dinosaur hand being like down at the bottom of the picture, and the top of the picture has like a big yellow hand coming up. Which I don't know what dinosaur was yellow, but is apparently the one that saves all the regular ones.
Bananadon. But they would...
that was my nickname in high school.
So, Bananadong.
Yep.
So then if you call for help, it's like, good job, that's the right thing to do. Your peak level is too low. Mm. And then you just restart the level. So essentially the same thing happens to you that you would have if you died. First of all, not the right lesson to teach children. Hey, get help. Or hey, just die.
Just die.
Just die.
Call a friend or just die.
It's the same difference.
If it's too embarrassing to call a friend and be like, I forgot my inhaler, just die.
Just die. Either way, you get to restart the level.
The best part about this game, in my opinion, is... the fact, well, there's two things that I really enjoy about this game. One is the collectibles in this game are lungs, just like sets of lungs,
like a set of human lungs,
sentient lungs, breathing lungs. Don't know what they're breathing for. There's no
undead.
There's no circulatory system to provide this oxygen to. But
like undead lungs.
If you step on something or you hit the sig smoke or whatever it is that whatever crazy hard drugs that these dinosaurs, and also really funny the fact that it implies that there are dinosaurs that smoke, which I think is
of course
just,
there are.
Well, I mean, I guess it makes sense. How would a T-Rex smoke? I mean, would you have to have like a selfie stick that's actually just like for cigarettes?
Yeah, like a really long like Cruella de Vil kind of holder thing.
Sig stick.
Sig stick. Well, it would see. I think that they would smoke because they're cold blooded. So if they smoke and they're breathing that in, that's going to help like warm up their inside blood.
Also, it makes them look cooler. I mean, they're cold blooded, so they want to look as cool.
Definitely
as
makes them look cooler.
They every time that you take damage, which I mean, pretty much just means every time that you touch one of those things, the screen just gets one notch darker and darker and darker, which is, I mean, it definitely conveys, I see what they're going for. It definitely conveys what I'm assuming the feeling would be if you're like starting to slowly have an asthma attack where you're just like...
Or like pass out.
Starting to black out. But it's really... Oddly enough, and not saying this in an ironic way, it's actually pretty unnerving when it gets really dark. Because even like the pause screen gets really dark. It's just like, is something wrong with my TV? It's like, oh no, my eyesight's just failing because it's not getting enough blood.
Yeah.
Great. So it's pretty harrowing.
It's kind of messed up, but then when you die, you just disappear.
Well, just like real life, like what we were talking about. Have you ever seen...
none of us have ever seen someone who's died from asthma.
Yeah, have you ever seen a body of someone who's died from asthma? You haven't. I mean... Probably are people that have it. We haven't. So I'm just led to believe they just disappear. I mean, also dinosaurs. We don't know how. I mean, dinosaurs aren't around. Have you ever seen the bones of a dinosaur that died from asthma? Have you?
No.
Duh.
And I assume most of the established fossil record was planted by the Nazis to discredit the Christians.
Right.
Or, excuse me, the Nazis and the Jews.
Ah.
They were working together for Holocaust.
They time traveled back 6,000 years, put the dino bones, put the dino cigs.
That checks out.
Put the dino dust, put the dino lungs, put the dino inhalers all around cities. And they're like, oh yeah.
The facts speak for themselves. Boo on you, Bible.
Checkmate, non-Nazis.
This one goes out to Snyder's of Hanover. Screw you and your pretzel poppers. You're selling us empty pretzels.
You're selling us air, and E, and crunch, and E, and pretzel, and shells. You guys are just a pretzel shill, more like it.
Yeah, screw you, Snyder's of Hanover. Pretzel Nazis.
Sure, I bet you guys voted for Shillery Pretzelton. Boom!
Shillery King of the Pretzelton.
I voted for Bernie Snyder of
Hanover.
Of Manover, more like it.
Manover. Moon's over my Manny. Oh, man.
Moon's over my hammy. So speaking of hammies.
Our second game of this archive is...
It's a little number like we like to call...
Cornbuster.
Ugh.
Cornbuster is one of the most intriguing titles to date.
I will agree with you on that. I thought you were going to say games, and I was not going to agree with you, but titles, yes.
So I guess when I originally stumbled upon this, I thought, Cornbuster. I just saw the name, and I thought, I don't know what kind of game this could be, but it seems great.
I don't know what game this is going to be.
I thought maybe... I was thinking maybe like a vegetable-themed platformer. Like where you are, I don't know, some sort of thing and you're attacking other corn, or you are corn and you're attacking other vegetables. Something like that. Think like a Burger Time situation.
I was thinking of... Before I saw the way the name was spelled, I thought it was like... You had Adam Savage. You had Jamie Heineman. You had Jonathan Davis, you had Monkey, you had Head, you had some of the other guys from the band that I'm about to name but I haven't named yet. They started another band, and they write songs about, like, urban legends. Not urban legends, but, like, old wives' tales. About, like, movie tricks. About...
Yeah, like things that happen in movies. Like myths.
Myths. Legends. And they wrote songs set to nu metal about this.
Obviously.
Called Cornbusters.
I think that's what I would think it was about if it was like a fan fiction. But since it was like a game...
I want to write a fan fiction about that.
Now keep in mind, at this time, we did think that this was a game that was released.
Well, that's true.
And now that we know that this is another unreleased game...
We have a knack
We have a knack for that.
We have a knack for that. We have a NAFLAC.
Which we seem to attract unreleased games. Once we learned it was unreleased, then it could be anything. But what Cornbuster actually is, I said earlier in the episode, our theme is dinosaurs. Globy. He's kind of like a cartoonish T-Rex. Looks kind of like a Pete's Dragon.
You'd think they would think of a more original name because everyone thinks of like a T-Rex or a dinosaur. They're just like, you see a dog and you're like, oh, look, it's Rover. It's Spot. You look at the cat and you're like, oh, it's Mittens. And you look at a dinosaur, you're like, oh, it's a Globy. Look, his name's probably Globy. It's a very common name.
And it makes sense because it ties in very heavily with nothing in the rest of the game. So it's...
Nothing in this game ties in with anything from the rest of the game.
Nothing in this game ties in with anything in such a way that's actually like staggering to behold. Because... The setup to the game is Globy. He's a dinosaur. He's chilling. He's sleeping. He lives one kind of life. Cereal life.
Cereal's life.
It's honestly the life that I like to lead as much as I can. Mm-hmm. And it's the life that not enough people lead, I think, in which your main goal is to eat cereal. Cereal's awesome.
I don't know what kind of cereal he's actually into because you think of cereal, you're like Cereals. Mm-hmm. Cereals.
ALS. Okay? Mm-hmm. I'm with you.
However you spell it. Insert traditional spelling of cereals here.
Yeah.
And then there's also cereals where he's... Yeah, well, who doesn't? I love Lou Gehrig, so it makes sense. And then you think of like a show that has a lot of episodes that you can't really watch like one episode and kind of get what's going on. You have to kind of watch all of them. Like cereal. Like a cereal.
Okay. Like a serial killer.
Yes. And then you have Globy, who it says in the game that he is a big fan of cereals. Cereals.
Yeah, it's like a combination.
Right. It's like a Pizza Hut and a Taco Bell.
It's like, I'm in the cereal box. I don't see you here, dog. I'm in the serial killer's house.
Right. I'm in the 45th episode of this 96 episode series.
I'm in the combination cereal box and cereal house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
he's into cereals, which actually, just the way it's spelled leads me to believe that it is.
Once again, not a bad life.
He's into
to lead. Eating cereal and watching cereals?
Oh, see, well, I thought he was like buying a group of cereals that you have to eat in a particular order, otherwise they don't make sense.
Oh.
So that's probably
or he's kind of like eating all these cereals and he has like a certain MO.
Mm-hmm.
Like all the cereals have like ladies on the box because his mom was mean to him.
Right. Or maybe the people who made this game just don't know how to spell.
Probably that, because they also said peaceful was the word peace, the word full, just pushed together.
Right. Like
not the word peaceful.
Like actually full of peace.
Yeah. So I think they probably just didn't know how to spell. Not really sure what country this was developed in. We couldn't really find a lot of anything else.
I would say it was probably developed in the world.
It was Earth.
The planet. Probably in planet.
It was developed by Engine Software that we weren't able to find any additional information on for any other games. This wasn't like a Color Dreams situation, right? Color Dreams.
We search Engine Software.
Oh boy.
All we found was... We searched Engine Software. All we could find was updates for our 96 Chevy Lumina...
onboard computer.
Yeah, 6-cylinder upgrade pack. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's not the best name.
No.
Both the game's name and that. But what happens is Globy wakes up. He loves cereal. He's thinking...
Well, actually, he doesn't wake up at first. Actually, first of all, he's dreaming of cereal.
He's dreaming of cereal. Then he wakes up and he says, I love to get myself some of that corn flake.
Mm-hmm. That corn. It just says corn.
That corn.
It's implied that it's flakes, but we don't...
We assume later that it's cornflakes.
Right.
Could just be a bowl of hardened corn. He could be like a maize eater.
Yeah, he could just take poached corn. I got like, salty, like...
Jim Carrey is maize eater.
Whoa.
Coming this fall to A&E.
Is that based on a young adult novel?
Yeah. Nice. The Maize Eater Chronicles. Maize Eaten.
One of my favorite cereals also.
Yeah.
So what
we were saying is he goes into the cupboard, pulls out his corn.
Mm-hmm.
It's in a cereal box.
As you do. You pull it out of the cupboard.
It's in a cereal box. He says, time to eat this sweet succulent corn. Opens it.
Mm-hmm.
It's empty. Thinks, oh my god, all the corn's been stolen.
No. Oh no.
Opens up another box.
No.
It's empty.
No.
Are rats in here? Does he have some sort of ant problem? He goes next door, opens their box.
He breaks into their home.
Breaks into their home, uninvited, says, where's your corn?
I'm going to kill you. Give me some corn.
It's me, Globby. Where's your corn?
And they say, not again.
They say, not again, you junky scum. And they slap him with like a big meat stick. And he goes, and hisses at it because he's allergic to that. He only wants the corn. He's corn crazy.
That's right.
He looks in their box. Gone. It's all gone.
Oh, boy.
All the corn's gone. He travels the globe for a series of years, kicking down doors and taking corns.
Right. He has a T-shirt on in one of the scenes, and in the next scene, the T-shirt is tied around his head because it's so hot out there. He's trying to keep it off of his head.
He's got boots on. He's got a boot knife.
He's got like an 8-pack, and he has like he's got a chest that I think is supposed to look like pecs, but it just looks like nippleless, like bosoms
or like a chest implant.
Oh, nice. That's hot.
Well, that's what it looks like.
That's my fetish, dinosaurs with chest implants.
And then he finds out all the corn worldwide's been taken. And he says, I know how to solve this. I know how to bring back the corn.
Mm-hmm.
I am going to play Arkanoid.
I'm going to break it out. I'm going to break this corn out.
I'm going to play Breakout. I'm going to play Arkanoid. I'm going to have a paddle on a ball, and we're going to knock this out.
Mm-hmm.
And
I'm not going to finish it. I'm going to do this all in debug mode.
Yeah.
Not going to actually have like the levels playable.
Yeah, you can't really beat these levels. So what happens
just
is...
like the corn.
Once the cutscene ends, you're in a place where you can just look at a world map, walk around as Globby. The moment you actually enter a stage to initiate the gameplay, it just turns into like this weird vertical scrolling Arkanoid.
Let's talk about the
that is entirely unrelated. Like it seems like two different games.
The world map. We have to talk about this world map. The first thing you see is his house. Can't go in the house. Obviously, you were just in the house, and there's no corn there.
You're out of the house.
Mission complete. Episode 1 done of the serial that is
got out of the house.
Cornbuster. Out of the house. Episode 2. Go to the shop. Can't buy anything from the shop yet because you haven't played any levels. So there's no point in going there.
You don't have any money. Don't go there.
Can't gamble there. Also, you can gamble at the shop. There's also a casino there. Can't gamble at the casino, but you can play.
Gamble at the casino.
There's a wooded area,
a
forest. You can do that there. There's
a set of levels there.
There's a set of levels there. There's an observatory.
Set of levels there.
There's a pier.
Set of levels there.
Not an up here, but a pier. Like
like a harbor.
Yes.
But just for like a boat.
There is the most puzzling, which is what looks like a castle, but is actually just like
a wooden set, like the front of a
set of a castle, but no back. Like it's like what you'd be watching a play and like the castle's in the background. It's like they don't need to build the whole castle because why would you do that? You just need to see the front of it.
Yeah.
And that's a level 2. Or it's a set of levels, I should say.
Now, once you go into the levels, though, they look nothing like the location. With the exception of, I believe, the casino level had a slot machine in the background.
Not playable.
But not playable. It wasn't like a Sonic 2 casino zone situation. Yes. This was just like there's a wallpaper in the background that looks like a slot machine.
Right.
This has to be one of the most like staggeringly confusing games I've ever encountered because I mean there is the thing with it not being finished, it only being like 70 to 80% done, weird stuff with debug mode, whatever. But you can see past that sometimes with stuff like this if there's like a design intent. This feels like we had a game, it was kind of like an Arkanoid thing, and then it felt like, oh, we saw that like they made Yonoid. Is there a way we could turn this into like a game for a cereal?
Send it to Frosted
But they didn't have the cereal brand yet, so they just made up their own. And that cereal was Globby, was the mascot, and Corn was the name of the cereal.
Not even cornflakes, not corn cereal. Just corn. CORN. Capital C, capital O, lowercase r. That's the same height.
Yeah.
Capital N.
Now, we weren't able to find any like confirmation to that, but that's what it feels like. It feels like we have a game. We need to like put a wrapper on it that's going to help it sell. let's put an entirely unrelated wrapper on it that we can hopefully sell to a company so that they will help give us money for this.
If there's one thing that the kids love, and there's one thing that sells product that pushes revenue, that I don't know economic stuff, but economic increases, it is breakout clones.
Yeah,
I mean, look at Steve
them.
Jobs and Steve Wozniak. They made a breakout. They didn't make a breakout clone. They made breakout.
Yeah, they did.
And yes,
sorry.
Yeah.
Where are they now? One of them's dead.
One's dead. One is hanging out with like DMX at airports.
So
You have a 50% chance of having a pretty cool life.
50-50 chance of having an awesome life. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I mean, like most things, just don't end up dead. You know, carry your inhaler with you. Check your peak flow levels.
right. Check your DMX flow levels. Oh.
Always be on the lookout for DMX. You can hear him because it sounds honestly like a pit bull.
It's pretty easy to find him now because he's
in jail, I think.
Well,
In 2016.
maybe he's either in jail.
He's dead in our time.
Or he's passed out in a parking lot, which is a recent 2016 phenomenon. He just was found passed out in a parking lot not that long ago.
Yeah.
From 2016.
He's dead for us now, obviously.
No, he's not.
I thought he died on Earth.
He's the Prince of the Moon.
Wait, is that DMX?
Yeah. Oh, well, I mean, DMX is a very common name, but he's the original. He's the
The heck? He's old.
He's the ODMX, as they call it.
He still looks the same.
Yeah, he's like 80.
So that youthful dog vigor of that barking.
That's right. In dog years, he's dead. But then again, so are we, so I guess that's fine.
Well, when you put it that way, I got a lot of living left to do. I gotta go out there and get a true taste of Hollywood. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Hustle. Loyalty. Respect. We've learned a lot here today.
The 3 R's: hustle, loyalty, and respect.
3 R's. The 3 pillars of Moononomics. The second school of Thugonomics.
Right. The sister school, some would say.
The sister school. The Lunar Blood Moon School.
Mm-hmm.
We've learned a lot today. We've learned that sometimes, in order to make a true classic, it's best not to release it at all. Sometimes it's
a good idea.
best to create 2 entirely unrelated concepts and stick them together.
Slapdashedly.
Don't finish them.
No.
Don't finish what you started.
Don't ever finish anything in life.
But never leave home without your inhaler.
Right. The only thing you should ever finish in life is hemium.
Finish that because it's somewhat serialized.
Yeah. Because you find out how he met your mother.
And I heard everyone loved that episode. So, we're receiving an alert directly from the moon base. Wait, moon base alpha.
Beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, boop.
Wait, hold up.
Beep, boop, beep, boop.
Wait, I gotta wind up the phone. Hello? They just found another cache of Earth food.
Mm-hmm.
They found zebra cakes.
Oh!
Oh, scratch that. They're the Christmas tree ones.
Oh, bury them. Tell them to bury them.
Have them destroyed. They're incinerating them as we speak.
Good. Call us when you have zebra cakes.
They said they'd call.
Okay.
They're still searching. This was a cache found deep in the mines, but they think it may have been Christmas time one, but they're hoping for zebra cakes.
Mm-hmm.
Either the big gas station ones or the little smaller individual grocery store ones.
I refuse to eat the Christmas ones because I know that it's just like the government like put them there. They're like, oh guys, we're gonna put the diabetes back in Christmas, and we're like, nope.
No.
I'll take my diabetes 364 days a year. Christmas is my non-diabetes.
I'll take my appropriation of an exotic animal, please. Mm-hmm. Not your consumerism.
Right.
So.
Well, zebra cakes were made with real zebra. You know that, right?
Yeah. That's why I want to taste them, because we don't have anything like that here.
You don't want to know what the cream filling is, though.
On that note, we will leave you for another few days.
Yeah.
This one was a little late.
Yeah.
Look, we got a lot of problems. We live on the moon. We do this for free. What do you want?
I don't do this for free. I get paid. You haven't signed your contract yet?
Man, I'm having them cancel the incineration. I want to eat that Christmas tree cake.
We hope this transmission meets you, person of the past, in times of peace and plenty. As always, remember, pickles make the best gifts. Goodbye.
I'm going to make a whole rap album of those beats going.
Bow wow. Wow, wow. Sneeze, sneeze. Wow, wow. Wow, wow. Grab it. Grab it. A little makeup. I just got to be with a wow, wow. Wow, wow.